When you're a rock star, you get to party hard. Champagne and caviar, tricked out exotic cars. It's just how I thought it'd be, except the party's not for me, 'cause some punk opened a credit card with my ID. Free what? Free credit. Report.com. That's the site I'm gonna hit when I go home. They know how credit works. They send email alerts. Now I'm finding out how bad reality hurts.
I was absolutely floored. You just would never imagine in a million years that something could happen like that.
At gunpoint, you know, have you face down on the ground. I'm dead. Pretty much, that was it. I knew I was done. I could feel it. The kid that was talking to me, giving me commands, was very scared. You could hear that he was shaking in his voice, and you know, I've got 6 guns pointed at me.
After Texas woman says a thief stole her good name and then police took her freedom away. And she warns the same thing could happen to you.
Now, Mike, it's an unbelievable story. Someone stole her identity, then went on a statewide check fraud crime spree. The real Jan Black had no idea she was a wanted fugitive until police came knocking on her door.
50-year-old Vicente Soto, suspected of buying the girl's social security number in 1992. Soto, essentially accused of living his last 16 years as a girl, even using the stolen social security number to get a driver's license in Minnesota.
At age 66, the grandmother and a retired vice president of Wells Fargo Bank was met by police at her front door and led away to jail in handcuffs.
It is the most frightening, horrible experience. Honestly, I cried probably for 24 straight hours out of fear.
She was booked on suspicion of felony identity theft, enough to charge her with 19 counts of identity theft and criminal impersonation.
How would you like to go to court again and again to prove that you're not involved in a life of drugs and prostitution? Lisa Greenlee says for 5 years, that's what she's had to do, in part because police aren't taking all of the steps they should to check someone else's true identity. This 27-year-old says someone else is using her identity, but this isn't your typical case of a criminal trying to use Lisa's financial information. This identity thief is using Lisa's name when police issue prostitution and drug-related tickets.
It's absolutely horrible.
Lisa spent a huge amount of time and money taking time off work to prove to Royal Oak Police that Susan was the one they were really after. Court records show Susan also used Lisa's name with police in Ferndale and Hazel Park. So former Oakland County prosecutor Dave Gorsuga prosecuted Susan Greenlee, and she pleaded guilty to felony identity theft. But once Susan got out of prison, Lisa says new tickets for soliciting prostitution, loitering, and being in possession of narcotic paraphernalia started showing up at her door. In all, 8 tickets from Detroit arrived from 2007 to 2008.
Can't even focus on studies or anything sometimes because there's another court date. And like a week before the court date, I can barely eat. I feel sick.